Hi, everybody. This is Marilyn. Do we have any audio for today? We do. Thank you. Hello, everybody. This is Marilyn, and it's time for the noon edition of Welcome to My World. This is the 21st of April, and it is a Thursday. So, there have sure been a lot of opportunities this morning. The indices are all pretty much trading together. It looks like TF and NQ have been a little more volatile than YM, but still there were plenty of opportunities to place trades on both of those. The really big mover today has been gold, and the US dollar not very far behind it. But the Forex traders this morning should have been really happy because both the dollar and the euro it was either down and up or up and down, and considerably. So now we've got all the naysayers about crude oil kind of backtracking and wondering what happened. The demand for crude oil, contrary to what they say, is in these emerging markets it continues to be relatively high, and there's been a good drawdown. The Saudis have never ever in their lives faced a deficit like they have now, and they're really scrambling trying to get other producers on board to put a production freeze on, and they're having a little problem with that. Nobody seems to want to do that. So they might just, I don't know, have to do something else, like, diversify their economy, like everybody else. That might work. Anyway, this morning we had the Philly Fed at 8:30, along with unemployment, and the unemployment was well below what had been forecast. It's kind of like me deciding that tomorrow is the 1st of May, which it is. If you don't count this coming weekend, and you don't count next week, and you don't count some other days, then yeah, it's the 1st of May. So it kind of makes you wonder what they don't count, but I think there's a lot of things that don't count. Anyway, it did produce volatility, and this is why we really like to do this day trading, contrary to, what all the talking heads tell you about, because you have taken an enormous amount of risk off the table by not attempting to predict what's going to happen this week and next week, and who knows? And frankly, for the kind of trading that we do, who cares? We don't care whether it goes up or down. We just need to see what our charts are telling us and what these indicators are pointing to. It's always best, I think, if you have a confirmation with another chart, a different time frame, a little bit different way of viewing what you're looking at, just to confirm that you really do have a valid entry, and there really is a significant space for it to move to produce a profit for you. And all that just boils down to, what we keep trying to remind people of is to pee. And peeing really does work. You just have to pee a lot. You have to get real picky about your entries and your trades, and you have to have some patience with this. Patience is probably the hardest thing in the world. It is for me, and I've heard others in the room. That patience thing is really difficult. But that's the only way you're going to produce a profit. And if you want to get paid, you're going to have to be profitable. So the first two P's really count. That's the crux of the whole thing. I know there is a bunch of stuff. I'm not sure when they're going to roll out a new, an updated toolkit with some of the stuff you see. This I didn't realize that I'd like this as well as I do, but I do like these paler apex letters printing when it's the first of the hopefully reversal, because we used to have to scroll back and find the first one and then make sure we were on the second one. But this kind of takes care of a lot of that for you, and I kind of like that. So I think that's going to be available very soon. And there's some other stuff that is coming, and then behind that is, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Might be quite a while till we get it, but at least it's in the works, and that's just going to make everybody happier than happy. So we've got the VIX is coming up a little bit. It hasn't reached 14 yet, but it's trying. And if it continues to go up, then we can expect that some of these markets will head down. Right now, the dollar looks like it's just bleeding off a little of the up move that it had, and the same for gold, only in reverse. But keep in mind the correlation between the US dollar and gold. When one goes up, the other one is going down. And it's kind of like there's a lot of correlations here. There's one thing that I noticed today that's a little bit different. Typically, the Japanese yen will trade pretty darn closely with U.S. long bonds. And today they're trading a little bit opposite, but neither one is moving a great deal. So, and we've got, it's a good $2 plus difference between Brent and West Texas. So that's a healthy difference. Anyway, we'll see what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow we're going to have, let's see, on Friday will be the 22nd. At 8:30 we've got some Canadian economic numbers coming, and not too much after that. 9:45 is the flash manufacturing for the U.S. Economy, the PMI. And just keep in mind, if you have been watching crude oil early in the morning, that 8:30, when those numbers hit for the Canadian dollar, that could well affect crude oil, because Canadian dollar is the correlation currency for the commodity of crude oil. So anyway, I think that's about all I see. I know there's just some really cool stuff coming, so practice with that patience peeing, and I think you're going to be real happier and happier pretty darn soon. So anyway, I will come back tomorrow at noon, and we'll see what tomorrow brings us. This has been my world, my view from my world, brought to you by Apex Investing. See you tomorrow. Thanks.